Hiring assessment tests things like your cognitive ability. How do you do on your math? Some of them can be coding questions if you're going for a more technical role. At the end of the day, it's really up to you and your organization on whether or not a pre-employment assessment or a hiring test is right for this particular position or all of your positions. I know I hold a little bit of a bias against them. I don't think that they really give you a good picture of the person. I don't think that they allow for a very smooth process, but at the same time, I understand the positives as well. I can understand having an assessment for something that's more technical, like a coding position. But if it's something more like customer service or an accounting, make sure that it's actually applicable to the job. I would also recommend that you really take it as part of the picture, not the whole picture of the candidate. If for some reason you really like the candidate in your first interview and you give them the assessment and it's not super great, maybe they're not checking all the boxes off for you, have a call, have a debrief with them. A lot of times when candidates are taking these assessments, they don't get feedback. They don't understand why they didn't get to move on, and it's kind of a bummer. So having that debrief with them can also really help them in their own development, make you stand out as a employer of choice in terms of your candidate experience, but then also give you a good idea of the whole picture of the candidate versus just a singular part. Maybe you think, okay, you were close, but you're not close, but the way that we're talking through this particular debrief showcases that you're actually a really good candidate to consider moving forward. If you're having a large amount of applications come through and there's just no easy way to source them out, do a random selection of the amount of applicants that you have. Go through those random samples and actually do your normal process. That really helps to limit how many applications you're going through. So either do a random sample size so that you're EEO compliant, so that you can still keep a reasonable size of applications, or just tackle them as they come in and really make sure that you stay on top of your applicant numbers to ensure a much easier process instead of getting overwhelmed. To learn more about BuildHR, either find us on LinkedIn or yourhrsource.com.